Dollar yen, that sneaky little currency. Unbelievable. Did we call it or do we call it? We called it. We called it. All right, so let's get into dollar yen right now. Man, there was resistance at 144.05 that we talked about. Marketplace basically smashed into it, came off a little bit. But the highlight of the trade call yesterday was that we could get a dip down to that 142.73. Would I be looking to buy the marketplace? Well, I did buy it. I bought it at like 142.97, and the market dipped down really not too much lower than that, went to 90 before we had that breakout above, and now we are at really tight and tough resistance at 145.41, which was a weekly resistance point that we talked about. All right, so where do we stand right now? Well, we got some, the news itself, the Fed basically held rates steady. We got a Bank of England rate cut, and, the Forex market, of course, is reacting. But really, you can't depend on news. I mean, by the time that news was announced, the marketplace already moved, So I actually believe that, price actually makes the news. That's just my opinion on things. But anyway, as we stand right now in dollar yen, reaching the high of 145 is a critical point for dollar yen. If we go back into where we started with the downward channel, this is actually a very bullish structure once you break out of it, okay? And I believe I said that before. We started with the downward channel. The high was right at this 145, right? So that's acting as a major, short-term resistance point. Now, we got a lot of things going on in the dollar versus the yen itself, or the yen, what's happening in the yen. There's a lot of stuff working in the background. What we have to talk about really is yen is taking heat as, there's Japanese wage data coming in. It underwhelms. Traders were expecting less tightening from the Bank of Japan. Meanwhile, the dollar strength continues to dominate. Now, as the Fed held rates steady, of course, the interest rate differential drove it, but who cares about that? I mean, it already happened, right? So what do we have to look at right now? Let me look at some technicals in dollar yen. 145.10 resistance. What do we make it up to? 145 the figure. All right. So right now we're at a critical support point in dollar yen to see if we're going to continue up. I'm going to put my support point right now right at this low right here at 140. I'll actually go to this low bar's close. Right there is my short-term support right now for the day. If dollar yen breaks this, we could, trade back down towards 144 the figure, 143.90, something like that. Now, there's this point right here, 144 the figure. It should act as a really good support point. So if the dollar is going to continue its upward momentum and move, higher to that 145.40, it would be healthy if we broke the 34 level and we traveled down to like 98. Or 144 the figure before we got to bounce back upwards. So right now the main points are just the 145 the figure. If we could get through 145 the figure, we're targeting that 145.41. We get through that, man, we're opening up to 146.10. Now, if we break down through 34, we could see a drift lower to 144 the figure. So right now, if you're a dollar yen bull, all right, you just hang on. If you bought it earlier, great. If you didn't, try to buy a dip around like 144 the figure. All right. If we don't get a reprieve when we take the top out right now, if we take the top out, we're probably going at 145.41. All right, let's go over to good old sterling dollar. As we pointed out, Bank of England did cut rates. They didn't cut them as deep as everybody wanted to, but those people are going, fundamentally, well, they cut rates. Why didn't it go down? Well, there's other things working in the background, too. There's talking about the U.S. and the U.K. coming up with a trade deal, which is positive for the pound. But really, the pound hasn't done much. It basically has been staying in the range that we've been calling, 130, 132.35-ish to the upper level at 134.20. It's been still tracking in this range. Let me get rid of that guy. All right, so as it stands right now, what was the low that we made? 132.40. Same damn support point. It's got to hold this 133. It's got to hold this 133 right here to show strength. If it takes out this top, we could potentially head to one. I'm going to go. I don't want to be too irrationally exuberant. We could first get a resistance level right here at 133.78. And then, of course, we have monster resistance at 134. I don't really see the sterling taking off. I really don't. I think that it's still going to be stuck in a range for a little while. And I see it consolidating. I don't really see much happening in sterling dollar. Today, I don't really have anything really good. Like, I don't know what to do in this currency straight up. I mean, if you didn't buy it at 133, all right, so you basically got to wait for a dip back down to see like what the momentum is. But since I don't have nothing on right now. I have nothing on right now. So I'm sorry, I don't really have much to say about it. I'm not too really enthusiastic about it either. But the 133, the figure is the level. If it breaks through that, we could potentially go back down to this low bar's close, 132.60 even. Now, if we break that 132.25, that's not going to be good for cable. It's basically all the weight of everything up top is going to push down, and we could see like 131.5. So longer term, if we break that 132.50, not really good for sterling dollar. All right, let's go over good old sterling yen. This was a monster move, and really nice. Unbelievable. We had resistance at 191.70. Okay, marketplace broke up, went to a high of 192.41. Then we came back down to this level here. Now, this thing right now, let me look at some points here. Let me get to my matrices here. Sterling. All right, so resistance. The next upper resistance I got is 193, main resistance, 193.72. Up there, 193.72. Right now, sterling yen on the day has to hold 192. Let's see, let's go down here. Let's see right here, 192 now. I'll go a little bit higher. I'll go, what is this close right there? No, that's too high. That's this high. Right there. I'll use that high. It's got to hold 192.40. Got to hold that right now in order to try to get up to that upper level. If it turns down from here, it's most likely drifting down to the 191, say 50 level again. Now, if it breaks that level of consolidation, we're looking at 191, the figure. All right, so I'm talking about this level, this area of consolidation right here. If it breaks that, it's going down to 191, the figure. So this is the key point right now, 192.40. It's got to hold that. If it doesn't, it's drifting lower. Now, pay attention to sterling dollar itself. I was a little bit off yesterday. I said I thought that sterling was going to be running the sterling yen. I was wrong. It was dollar yen, risk off, basically ran that sterling yen up. So, but either way, it went up, not through the components that I thought it was going to go through. All right, so euro yen. Euro yen's been holding up better than, sterling yen. That's for sure. So euro yen has been, pretty strong. There's short-term resistance at 164.63, way up top, 164. Hang on, let me put it there. 164. Oh, wow, I should get a prize. 164.63 is the resistance point. There's short-term resistance right here. Right here, 163. Actually, it's really moved to 163.75. Let me go up to here, 163. Fine. That's the first short-term resistance. So as it stands right now, It needs to get above this, close above this. I would say on a 1 hour basis, we got a chance to go up to like 164.20. I don't think it's going straight up to 164.63. The euro dollar is under pressure right now. So short term, I think, let's see, where do we go? To 70. What's this high right here? 162. No, that's too low. 162.75, too low. What's this close? 163. I'm going to go down to this bar right here. I'm going to actually skid it down to here. 163.18. It's got to hold like 163. That's fine. 163.19. So we're in a channel right now between these 2 points. 163.75 and 163.20. If we can get up through this, we've got a potential to go to like 164.25, 30-ish. If we can't and we come back down and break this, most likely I think we're going back down to 162.70. That's the way I see it on the day. All right, so if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Share my videos far and wide. I want to build a big trading community. Head over to Park Avenue Trading, get yourself a free ebook. And remember, always, always enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.